There are some people who walk into your life and they sit down and you think, okay, I know who this person is. They are sweet and they are kind and they are unassuming. And then you see who they really are and it blows you away. And you just want the whole world to see it too. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Angelia Givler.
Take my time. I walked outside to tell Mama about my day. Mr. Henshaw took us on a nature hike in science class, and that I saw the most beautiful mushrooms. It was spring. I know because the pink azaleas were blooming, and the slightest wind blew white petals off of the snowball bush. She was spreading pine tags in the flower bed on the side of the house. She wore a green sweatshirt with flowers on it and blue sweatpants. As I talked, she kept scattering the pine tags. I must have asked a question because she turned to me, rake motionless, burned out more menthol cigarette in the corner of her mouth, and said as she removed the cigarette, "Sometimes you talk. I know you're talking, but I'm not always listening because you just talk." Mama often worked a part-time job in addition to her full-time job at Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Her favorite homework was the yard. If you asked her, she probably wouldn't recall this conversation. For me, after years of silence under the emotional terror that was my ex-stepfather, Mason, her words were another piece in the foundation. Don't speak. No one is really listening. I went back inside the house, to my room, to my music, to my books, to my pen and paper. In retrospect, Mama probably just wanted some peace and quiet. It was her Christmas wish each year. And I'd broken her silence with my 12-year-old talk of nature walks, mushrooms, and nothing very important. I could never really talk to her again. Starting a conversation was always preceded by the thought, does it really matter? But it was more than that. It was what you want, what you like, what you dream, what you fear. Doesn't really matter. Mason taught me it was safer to not say anything, or say, it doesn't really matter to me, even when I wanted French fries instead of potato chips. And Mama said, I'm not always listening. Mama, I need to see a doctor. What's wrong with you? I need to see a female doctor. I had sex. I was scared. It had happened in Virginia Beach with Linda. Yes, I was wearing a bra. Yes, I know it's a sin. And yes, I know it is the only thing a man wants from a woman. The conversation became so much about sin and how could I let this happen to me that I never got to say, Mama, I said no in the back seat of Linda's '85 white Toyota Corolla. That Linda came to the window and saw what was happening and walked away with that other boy. What I didn't say was that I said no more than once, that I was coming off my period and there was faint blood, that I couldn't hear the ocean. We'd come to Virginia Beach and I couldn't hear the ocean. That I surrendered and thought, if I'm quiet and it happens, maybe this stranger will like me. Mama, it was more than sex. I wanted to see a doctor, get checked for HIV, for a baby maybe, to make sure I was okay. Mama called the pastor to save my soul first. Mom had been molested by her uncle, so I thought she would have understood the backseat, but To my 15-year-old mind, it didn't matter. I'd let some man have his way with me, and that was more important. I didn't have HIV. I didn't have a baby. I didn't have anyone, and I was changed. I was supposed to have God, but what I felt I had was guilt for being foolish, impure, disappointing, and useless. Mama, I'm leaving Bill. I love you, but I will never support that decision. My marriage was falling apart, and I was falling apart. She'd left 5 marriages. I thought she'd understand. Right? After years of following my husband from one city to the next, I said, I do not want to leave Charleston. If you've been to Charleston, you understand. I did not want to leave the home I'd created. And when he took the job, I had a mental breakdown, followed by several self-destructive choices. What I wanted didn't matter. Nothing did. Not my family, not my self-respect, not my marriage, not anything. Mama was right. No one listens. So I might as well die. I failed at 16, but I'm older, more experienced. I can succeed this time. My suicidal daydream. I passed through the oleander bushes, down through the muddy ditch, up onto Highway 122, and I'm hit by an 18-wheeler traveling to Valdosta, Georgia. Obliteration. I said no more than once. I had 2 sons. Mama's right. It's foolish to even consider separation. So disappointing. I could not say, Mama, I'm so unhappy that I want to die, that I dream it almost daily. When you were born and you came out a girl, I told the doctor to put you back, that I wanted a boy. I said nothing. Happy 44th birthday. I was never going to be perfect. Born wrong, born with the wrong genitalia. I felt liberated. She'd had a rough day, had argued with my brother, and probably didn't mean it the way I translated it. It was just a statement of fact. It was supposed to be a family vacation, you know, like when you're kids and you go to the beach every summer. I chose the wrong house. She couldn't climb the dunes. And though my sister found a way, drove her onto the beach, I still apologized for choosing poorly. Still, I felt a release at the end of that day. I slowly started saying no and yes for me. I still struggle with the hard decisions like what to be when I grow up. The truth is, I am grown up, and this is who I am. Angelia, broken goddess healing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I messed up. Not sorry. I'm sorry I questioned your parenthood in front of William. You are a good mom. It's okay, Mom. You have your way and I have mine. I'm proud of you. I hope you know that. I said yes. Mama, if Bill takes the job in Spartanburg, I'm not going. A wife's place is with her husband. Mama, I didn't say we were getting a divorce. I said, I don't want to have a breakdown. I don't want to go to the hospital again, and I'm not ready to leave. We will figure it out. I signed up for a writing class, returning to the one place where I always felt safe, the pen and paper. I said no to moving, no to the full-time job. It's hard to admit, but as I reflect now, what I was saying yes to was being her part-time driver, part-time caregiver. I still talk too much, but when she said, let's just watch Gunsmoke and be together, I said yes to sharing that moment. You're not gonna cry, are you? No, Mama. I know that if you can't have the surgery, that you're right with God, and I won't be sad. Besides, you'll be with Granny. But we haven't picked out a coffin yet. What do you think about purple? That look. Before they wheeled her into the OR for her triple bypass, she said to Sandy, "Don't let your sister bury me in a purple coffin." That was October 7th, and on October 16th, Mama started rehab. It felt like I was going through rehab too. "Mama, do you want me to stay or do you want me to leave?" "Why do you always say that? Help me to the bathroom and then read to me." "Mama, I know this sucks. You're frustrated. I'm frustrated. Sandy's frustrated. We want you to go home too. The whole situation sucks." She touched my hand. "Read to me." In that moment, I was 12 again, and the pink azaleas were blooming, and Mama wanted to listen. I chose the stories that got us through rehab: The Ocean at the End of the Lane, The Alchemist, Where the Crawdads Sing. I tried Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, but Lady Chablis was just too much for her Southern Baptist side. For her transition back to the hospital, I chose The Life of Pi. She already knew the story, had seen the movie, and liked it. "Where's Angel?" "I'm here, Mama. I'm okay. I just can't get this recliner thing to go down." "Are you comfortable? Are you warm?" "Yes, Mama, I am." She left rehab. She was bleeding, colitis. Then they found MRSA, and she had 2 more surgeries. Then they found the tumors, and Mama said, "I want to go home." So we left St. Mary's on December 13th. And my experience with hospice lasted 36 hours. Mama died on December 15th. No, we were finally getting honest. We were finally getting healthy. I was finally getting healthy with you. We all have pink azalea moments. Maybe that day in the yard as she dragged the rake through the pine tags, maybe she was seeking silence from that day's struggle. How to pay the month's mortgage, how many meals to prep for her kids while she worked. Will I ever dance again? Will I know love again? We're all going through different shit, and sometimes we need that silence, that meditation. I know I've escaped into my yard to have a break from all the shit that happens, all the responsibility, all the chaos in my head, all the hurt, all the pain. Just a moment to be free, still, lost in the quiet and the dirt. Stay. Read to me. Tell me a story. Tell me your story.
See? Can't teach that kind of storytelling.